Good morning. Um, Welcome to instruction video for day 18 and day 19. We're looking at April the 15th and 16th, and this is for all classes, uh, 6th through 8th grades and 1st through 6th block. So your assignment today is for the next few weeks. It'll be due May the 1st tentatively, but I think that's enough of a stretch for you guys to work on this and still get drawing one in on time and take care of your quiz and such like that. So your assignment, I've decided, is what you see here on the screen is still life. And what I want to do is open today with some examples. And I've made these examples available in Classroom. Um, or if I haven't yet gotten to your class, I will this morning. And what I want to do is present this to you real quick. I'm going to move my picture up so I can navigate here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so basically, I want you guys to do an expressive still life. I want the still life to mean something to you in a way, and the instructions include this. But that means I'd like you to include a couple of objects that mean something to you, and then think about how you could use color, shape, texture, detail to add to its symbolic meaning. Without using a common symbol. Again, what do you want to say with color, your texture, your detail, the object itself? Is it about your relationship with someone or something like? So, um, how do you make an expressive? Well, here are some student answers to that. Let me, I don't know if I can move my picture out of the way enough for you here. Okay. And what I really like is these techniques here. This is stippling or stippling, however you want to call it, pointillism. This is a little more like Henri Matisse or Pablo Picasso. Look at how things that were organic have now been made into geometric, and they're thinking about their use of color as a symbol. So pretty obvious in that one. This one is an expression of what her culture means to her. Again, we're talking about using color as a symbol. You do have an option for monochromatic, but I would say I would save this as an option number two for a second version, something like that. I think your first version of this should use a uh, multicolored spectrum. Okay, and what you're seeing here is a rough sketch where they practiced color, and then their final copy in some of these. Yeah. Okay. This one you can tell is influenced by Van Gogh, but it's still a still life. So again, how are these expressive? How is the person using color as a symbol? I really appreciate this one for its value contrast. And as you can tell, their sketch is quite different. They landed somewhere different because of the symbolism they were shooting for, which is, which is pretty cool. I like how this one was split in half, and that has some symbolic meaning to it. What's happening there. It makes me ask a lot of questions, which is good. And I like the variety in the color they're using between the bright value of green and the darker value of green. I want you guys to look for opportunities to do that too. I'll show you this one because of the light source, obviously creating value contrast in brighter highlight and a darker shadow. And that's something I want to see in your work. If you can make that happen at all, that will definitely add to your evaluation. And for those of you who don't have, let's say you don't have any markers or crayons, this is another option for you where you can use pattern and you can stick with black and white, but in some way make it expressive if you're really limited in what you can do. Okay, so now getting back to your assignment, um, I did provide on the assignment page some pictures of a still life that I had set up in my class so you could get an idea of what it is that I'm looking for you to set up. Some people, some of you might land on, well, can I just use one of these? I I really prefer that you do not, because I want you to draw this from life. These are already photographed. The photograph is flat. So the part of still life is to actually draw it from life. And there are skills that you cannot acquire any other way. Drawing from a photograph just doesn't do it. But you can use these as a reference for, oh, he used a plant. Well, so can I. Oh, he used a skull. Wow. And you get an idea of what's available. I'm just trying to, with this, to open your mind to what you can grab and put into your still life. I'm thinking 4 objects or more, somewhere in your room that you can leave set up for a little while. If you leave them, set them up on the floor or on a table or something like. And it's best if you have a backdrop, a piece of fabric, a bed sheet, or something like that that's plain or plaid. Okay. So where to begin? The first place you should begin, is always, with every artwork, is your planner. So what you need to do is reference your planner, go down to the still life assignment, which is here, and uh, look up your theme question, okay, and research the artist or movement that you chose, and then research your topic. Once you've done that, then you go up here to the checklist and you click that link and you look up the checklist for other things that you can research. So if I click this link here and I open my checklist, um, if I'm and the first thing I'm going to do is look for links in the brainstorm and research box here. Okay. So I've got student examples, I've got YouTube video demonstrations, tutorials, how to draw. I don't know what just happened there, but I'm going to undo that. Personification is an interesting tool, something you can look up and maybe use on your final copy. On your sketch, I want you to draw strictly from observation. I want you to make your sketch as realistic as you can, using shading, using texture, line weight, creating depth. Follow those instructions. But then in your final copy, things can change, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But spend about 30 to 40 minutes on your rough sketch over the course of the next week, 5 instructional days. Okay? And your instructions for your sketch are already on your turn-in document. And here's what it looks like. It will say still life. You need to go ahead and copy your theme question and paste it here to replace this to get started. Leave the middle box here blank. And then what you need to do is come down here to these boxes, follow these instructions. And down here, I'd added an extra box to this one because I want you to put photos of your still life setup in here, 2 or 3 photos of it. If at all possible, using the camera on your Chromebook, or you can borrow your parents' camera on their phone for a moment. Maybe they can share the photograph with you to your drive so that you can pick it up and put it here. In some way, I'd like you to try to get a photograph of your setup here. And then follow these instructions for doing your sketch. Read them over carefully. If you don't know what some of these words mean, like contrast or line weight, many of these resources are available already. And I'm going to go back to the assignment now. Yeah, it's near the top right here. It says posted a new assignment. If you click that and you go to the instructions page, what you will see is a bunch of resources: still life, expressive, examples. Your turn-in template is going to be in the your work box. You've got your checklist, pics of the still life reference, a PowerPoint on what value means, and a PowerPoint on line. If you want to reference color, I think I have a color reference in the drawing, and I also have color referenced in the study guides. So you can look up the study guides there too if you're confused about any of that. And, we can also talk a little bit in our meet. So this is I've just given you a big picture. Today's assignment is to, number 1, set up your still life objects, get it photographed, Um, and the other thing is to go to your planner and copy your theme question and put that on your turn in document. Okay, in the top here, top box. Okay. And just do, I would say at least do that much to prepare for starting your sketch. If you want to spend some time sketching on it today, you can, but I know some of you need to get caught up. So I'm kind of just trying to ease you into the next assignment. So you set up your still life, you decide your objects, take your photograph, go find your theme question. And if you have time after that, paste your theme here. And then if you have time after that, do a little research on your artist you chose. If you need to change your artist, you can. But that is assignment for today and tomorrow. No drawing required today or tomorrow. I'm going to say we'll save that for the beginning of next week. You can start sketching your still life then. Okay, guys, that's all I have. Thanks and have fun. See you.